Good afternoon, morning, and evening, everyone. I'm Miranda, and today I am here to do the summer book tag, which was created by Miss Kaylin, and I was tagged by Just the Booktuber. So first off, thank you, Jess, for tagging me. And since today is the unofficial kickoff to the start of summer, I thought what better day to do the summer book tag than the unofficial kickoff to summer. So without further ado, I'm going to grab my summer books and put on my special summer hat, and let's get started. Woo! Chose Tumble and Fall by Alexander Coutts. I haven't actually read this book. This one I just picked up at Barnes & Noble's one time because the cover looked pretty. So I don't know if it's actually a good book, but the cover reminds me of a summer night with all like the fireflies and laying out on the grass and stuff. I don't even know if this book takes place during summer, but as soon as I saw it, it just made me think of warm thoughts and very, very summery. Even though I think in the story the world is coming to an end and yeah, catastrophe is coming. So not exactly summery thoughts, but for some reason the apocalypse makes me think of summer. Who knows? And the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I absolutely adore this book. I feel like I can never talk about it enough. First of all, I just love everything to do with Paris and London. This book, if you couldn't be able to tell or you haven't read it, it takes place in Paris. And it's just a very, very cute story. It's a cute love story, but it's got the backdrop also of Paris, which just makes me smile and get all warm and fuzzy inside. Because if you have not picked this book up, I definitely recommend it. It's a great summer read, so you should definitely think about checking it out this summer if you haven't already. I picked Golden Lily. I am on a huge Bloodlines kick right now because Silver Shadows is coming out in about 2 months, so I'm really super excited to read it. As you can tell, this cover is clearly yellow. It's just covered in gold and yellow. Even the sticker that says exclusive Walmart edition is gold and yellow. So this is just screaming the sun to me, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta pick this book. It is just yellow like nobody's business. It just takes that color and throws it in your face and is unapologetic about it. And it's also a really good book, so that's a definite plus. My favorite summer beach read, I'd have to say, are mystery books, and I actually don't read that many mystery books because I don't go to the beach a lot, so you see how that works. But I really just like mysteries. I feel like they're very cool to try and figure it out, and they usually have awesome twist endings that you never see coming. So to be surrounded by like all this happy, warm stuff and then be reading a mystery that's just deep and engrossing and suspenseful, there's just something really appealing about that to me. So I know one mystery book I will definitely be reading this summer is The Silkworm by Robert Gareth. Is the sequel to Cuckoo's Calling, which we all know now is written by J.K. Rowling. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that book because the first one was really good, and I'm really excited for another suspenseful journey with all that mystery and Cormac and everything great. So I can't wait to check out that book. Definitely Champion. That book, I give all the credit to Marie Lu because that is one of the best young adult, actually just one of the best period action series that I've ever read. Literally, as you read it, you feel like you're watching a movie. You can picture everything in your mind. There's never a wasted moment. Everything has a purpose. Everything is go. And it does have some quiet moments, especially between June and Day, or Day and his little brother, Eden, and the go pace makes those little moments even that much more special and precious. So I really love the series as a whole. Champion just knocked it out of the ballpark. It was a perfect conclusion. It had me crying, laughing, and then smiling all within like 20 pages. I could not believe everything that happened and how it wrapped up so perfectly. It will literally break your heart, put it back together, break it again, and then give you a little hope to put it back together at the end. It's just so perfect. I remember I was reading it all day, literally up to New Year's. As the ball was counting down, I was trying to finish this book, but could not even put it down to pay attention to Ryan Seacrest and his hair announcing that the new year was coming. I just had to finish it because it really needs to be a movie. So Hollywood, please get on that. Now, originally I was going to go with Allegiant for this, but I feel like I rag on that book enough that everyone knows that I hate the ending. So instead, I decided to go with Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, which is the final book in the Hunger Games series. I don't know what it is that makes this such a bad book. I feel like maybe there could have been 2 more books instead of a trilogy, make it a saga, and that would have made things more tied together and not as close-ended. It all just felt rushed but slow at the same time. It was like Katniss was just a completely different person, and the changes that all the characters had to go through to get to the end of the story, it just happened too fast. There should have been an extra book, and I just hate who died. Don't want to spoil it for those people who haven't read it and are waiting for the movie, but there are two critical characters who die that I just felt like it was a cheap shot. It was just trying to get emotion. Because of that, I just really don't like the book. I don't like where Katniss's character goes in this book. I feel like it's just totally different from the girl we have gotten in the past two books. The only one story that I really like is Peeta, because I feel like his journey throughout this book is really impressive. But again, I feel like you can't just stick that on us and then have it wrap up in 300 plus pages. There should have been like an extra book to see him work through it and change and kind of deal with all that's happened. And there were also a lot of characters like Effie and Joanna who we got parts of them, but we never really saw or heard what happened to them. It was like they came and then they went and they were just there for a split second and then gone, and I was like, what happened to these guys? So hopefully the movie will change that and make it a little better. But overall, the book was just unsatisfying for me, which was really disappointing, especially because I love Catching Fire so much. So right after reading that, I was so ready for this awesome thriller ending, and it was just like, instead. I picked Reach by Ali Condon, which is the final book in the Match series. A lot of people don't like this series, which I get, because nothing really big happens. Like, I don't know, like, obviously it's dystopian, but it's kind of more about a love story than actually saving the world. But the way it's written is so pretty. It's written in like prose, poetic kind of thing. And this book we actually get Kai, Xander, and Cassia's point of view. So seeing them kind of work together and change and how their whole love triangle develops, that they can each end up happy and who they should be and where they should be, so big that you go on a journey where you're like, I hate this book, I love this book, I hate this book, and then you reach the end and you're like, this book is amazing. It's nothing like I've ever read before. It's definitely one of my favorite series endings ever. Everything that you want to happen, and you never really see that in a book a lot of times, so to find that was really interesting and really cool. So I was very impressed with it, and I was very happy at the end, which unlike Mockingjay and Allegiance, so take that. For this, I went very philosophical, wait for this, and picked Catching Fire because it's got kind of the sunsetty colors of like the darker orange and then the red, and also this is the second book in the series, so if you equate like the sun to the storyline, this would be like the sun setting and how everything's kind of turning darker because someone gets kidnapped, a lot of people die, everything just changes in this. And then Mockingjay, which is a very bright, as you saw before, blue color, that's like a new day, and everything is kind of fresh and not perfect, but there's a chance for it to be perfect. So if you look at it like that, this is definitely kind of where things get darker. The sun is setting, and everything is getting more somber. So that is why I went with this book, even though it might not seem like the most obvious choice when you first think of it. Now, I had hoped to read The Retribution of Mara Dyer this summer because it was supposed to come out June 4th after getting moved from October 22nd, but lo and behold, about 2 months ago, I found out through Goodreads that the book was moved again to November 4th. Yeah, so now I have to wait 5 more months to find out what happened with Noah, what happens to Mara and Jamie and everyone else, and I'm just going a little crazy. So thankfully, there are also a lot of other summer books that I want to read, but the one that I'm most looking forward to right now is Silver Shadows by Rochelle Mead. This is the 5th book in the Bloodline series. It's the penultimate one. After the cliffhanger in Fiery Heart that, no offense to Rochelle Mead, but we all saw it coming, I just can't wait to see what happens with Adrian and Sydney and everyone else. I read the chapter 1 excerpt that Rochelle Mead posted on her website, and so far it looks really great. It looks like the series is taking like a more darker turn, but there's still that kind of hopeful light to it. This kind of seems like a storyline that should be saved for the last book, so something's got to happen that'll carry us to the 6th book, and I'm really anxious, excited, and kind of nervous and scared to find out what that thing is going to be, because chances are it's not going to be happy. So that is the book that I'm looking forward to the most this summer. Alright, so that is going to do it for the summer book tag. Thanks again, Jess, for tagging me, and now I'm going to pay forward the favor and tag all of you, yes, you, to do the summer book tag. And also, since it is the unofficial start of summer, I would like to wish you all a happy summer. I hope you have a wonderful time and read tons and tons of great books, because I hope you guys all make it through City of Heavenly Fire tomorrow. So good luck with that, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!